Good evening, morning, or day, whatever it is, you know. Um, my name's Steve Marvel. I'm a survival and rescue specialist, and this is Crucial Survival. And I am currently writing the section of my book uh, on nutrition and survival diet. This is making a part of the survival masterclass, which I'll be releasing after the book. And yeah, what's the big deal with nettles? Everybody going, oh, nettles, they're superfood. Are they though? Well, we have to consider the following, as we've spoken about previously. We've got to consider calories, fats, proteins, carbohydrates, a bunch of vitamins, and a bunch of minerals. Um, Vitamins that we concern ourselves with particularly are C, all of the B complex, and that's because they are water soluble and you cannot store them in the body. So you have to have them on a daily basis. Vitamin K, you don't store much of, so having a bazillion amount of vitamin K will also serve you well. The vitamin B complex are really important, as is vitamin C. No, all of them are really important, obviously, but vitamin C, you don't want scurvy because that's rubbish. So, no, the sailors of the blah, blah, blah century. So, what's super about nettles? Well, the first thing that's super about them is they're absolutely bloody everywhere. In a temperate climate, all the different parts of the world, there are nettles, which is great. There are loads of nettles. Wherever you are, there's loads of them. And wherever you are, you're not far from loads of them. They particularly grow on the fringes um, between woodland, say, and meadow, because meadow they can't grow in because of the tight roots of the grass, and they can't grow in densely dense canopy woodland because there's not enough light. So, like brambles, they'll grow on the fringes. So, if you can see the fringe between a bunch of trees and a bunch of grass, you will find nettles pretty much certainly everywhere in England or Western Europe and in a whole world of um, America and other places, no doubt. Please feel free to tell me that you don't have any nettles and where you are in the comments. That'd be great. Um, and if you are interested in the book and being part of contributing to the book, comments or directly contact me. And if you're interested in the masterclass, then there'll be videos particular to the masterclass that you will get early access to if you are within the group who are associated with the book, and you will get free copies if you're doing review work on the book. Anyway, so there's a shed load of nettles, and there are loads of them all year round, and they've got seeds, and they're easy to process. Crush them a bit, stick them in a stew. Bob's your uncle. Picking them, people go, You know what? You just got to grab them. You don't grab the nettle. You don't grab the nettle. You grab up. The hairy bits point down. So you just grab upwards and it collapses the needly bits. And there you are, sorted. Don't take more than about that much, or you'll get I think it's acylic acid, which will give you the shits below that. But thankfully, wherever they are, there's shed loads of them, so it's okay. if in doubt. It's about 4. I normally go for no more than 4 sets of leaves and all the seeds. Don't forget to just give them a little crush, or you'll just go straight through you. Anyway, you don't want the roots, the nothing. Yeah, none of that. That'll be problematic in the bum department. So, what's so good about them? Well, like all plants, leafy bits, there are a shed load of water, 80-90% water, and yeah, probably nigh on 90%. What they do, however, have is more protein than normal. Your average leafy plant is about 1.5-2% protein, maybe something like that. Nettles more like 4, which is nice. Then there is a bugger all fats in all leafy plants, and there's a load of carbohydrate because they are planty. They're not particularly, but they have a load of fiber, like you'd expect for something that you actually have to crunch. Now, I'm going to have to look this up because I can't say it out loud. This is phylloquinone. That is the posh way of saying vitamin K. And there is, in 100 grams, there is a lot, like 416% of your daily requirement. That'll be very nice. Thank you very much. B2. Can't remember what B2 is for. Anyway, it's a B1. So you need to have lots of it. 12% of your daily requirement. Not bad at all. B6, 6%. Oh no, vitamin A, 10%. Not as much as nettles. Now, sorry, dandelions. We spoke about, at least I did, dandelions yesterday. Did you catch that? No. Go and look at it. It'll be on Facebook. Not all of them are on YouTube. Go and find it on Facebook on the Crucial Survival page. There's a live video every single day. If you missed all the ones about the nutrition, about the vitamins and this and that and the other, they're all there as well, probably in the last 2 weeks. And should be subscribing or you'll miss them and all the other diety ones. Have you done that yet? I'll give you a second. Good. So, where was I? Oh, yeah. So, yeah, lots of bees, which is nice. And also good with calcium. And that's really, really good, as is the case with potassium and iron. Iron and calcium, really, really good to be having a lot of. Just like we said yesterday about dandelions. Did you see the one about dandelions? No? Probably should have looked at that. That there's a lot of iron and calcium there as well. And you need that because you need bones and you need blood. And if you don't have that in a survival situation, you are proper fucked, to be honest. Anyway, in other news, you will also find zinc and also, but there's not, magnesium is another good one. So calcium, manganese, potassium, iron, magnesium, copper. Does anybody remember what copper's for? What are there? 13 missing vitamins, 16 minerals. I can't bloody remember every single one of them. I just need you to know that you need them. But yes, calcium and iron and sodium, really, really useful. Dandelions yesterday, talked about sodium. Did you see anything about dandelions? You know what to do. So yeah, there's lots and lots of reasons why nettles are good, particularly protein, which is good for the body not being falling to pieces, muscles, calcium and iron, which is good for bones and blood, and a great deal of the vitamins that you can't keep, store in the body. And there's a shed load of them all over the world, and wherever they are, there's loads of them, and they're easy to spot where their habitat from a distance. And that is why they are superfoods. Any questions? Let's stick it in the comments. And if you've got any other properties of nettles, from a dietary perspective, I will do an entire video on nettles and the other ridiculous amount of uses for nettles there are. No, put them in. Yeah, put in the other things for nettles as well as just the diet stuff. And yeah, do me a favor. Can you put in hashtag live if you are watching it live, and hashtag replay if you are watching the replay, because it's nice to know who's live and who's not. Because if you're live, you can ask questions on during the live, which is nice. And if you are particularly exciting, you can actually come into the studio. No, I don't mean physically in my studio. I mean a virtual studio, and we can have a natter about it. Of all sorts of things. It'd be really nice to have someone like Paul Kirkley here, just nattering about nettles, don't you think? I'm hoping to get him into the mastermind. That's a completely different thing. Mastermind is where Crucial Survival is going to get lots of experts all in the same place. And you can get involved in being, if you want an invite into that group, that's going to become a private group soon. Hashtag mastermind in the comments. And yeah, so lots of hashtagging, hashtag live, hashtag replay, hashtag book, hashtag masterclass, and hashtag mastermind. Things about nettles, and which plant should I do next that's not a dandelion? What's the next superfood that I can find in the wild that there's lots of, not just a little, something like mallow, which you can get at the coast. I've never seen mallow kicking around in Birmingham. But something like lamb's quarters, maybe that might be an idea. Anyway, stick another idea of a superfood in the comments, and I shall endeavour to get that information in. If you are particularly knowledgeable about a particular one, then let me know. If you want to collaborate as part of the book mastermind or the masterclass for that matter, then if you want to credit and beautiful arrows pointing at you, and then let me know. That would be great to know in the comments, etc. Anyway, enough of that. I do like the sound of my own voice, but now is the time to go. So I shall speak to you tomorrow. I do one of these every day. Doing diet for a bit, like I did nutrition for a bit, and then I'll move on to other things. So until next time,